Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and today we're going to dive into an essential skill for any Ledger Nano X or S hardware wallet user, and that is restoring your device from your 24-word backup phrase. Now, wallet restoration is an essential skill for anyone that loses their device or has to reset their device to factory settings. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the process step by step, from entering your 24-word recovery phrase to getting your wallet set up again in Ledger Live. I'm also going to talk about the importance of keeping your backup phrase safe and secure, and we'll also go over some best practices for using your restored wallet in Ledger Live. So without further ado, let's jump into the process of restoring our Ledger Nano S or X hardware wallet. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more crypto content. All right, now before we get started with the restore, there are a few things we need to get ready. The first is we need to get our 24-word recovery phrase out. This is the phrase that you wrote down when you set up your wallet in the first place. You were supposed to write it down and store it in a safe place. Well, now is the time to use it because now we're restoring our hardware device. Once we have entered these numbers into our hardware device, we'll have restored all of our wallets, and I'll show you how to recover the crypto that was in there. Now, I'm going to be using a dummy phrase so that you can see what I'm doing, but just keep in mind that I generated this randomly. There's no crypto associated with this phrase, but it is a valid phrase. So I want to be able to show you exactly what I'm doing without having to blur everything out and make it confusing. So just keep in mind, this is only for a demo and this is a dummy phrase. The next thing you're going to need is a copy of Ledger Live. And I'm on the Ledger page for downloading Ledger Live. Now, before you do that though, here's a pro tip. If you already have Ledger Live installed on your desktop and you have all of your accounts set up, and the only thing you're doing is restoring your hardware device, you either lost it, damaged it, had it stolen, whatever, or had to reset it, and you already have Ledger Live installed, you don't need to do anything to Ledger Live. You don't need to download a new copy of Ledger Live. I'm going to show you how to verify that we've got everything set up and connected the way it was before once we get the device restored. But if you already have Ledger Live installed and ready to go, then you're not going to need to download it again. If, however, you are installing this on a brand new computer, or somehow you lost both your copy of Ledger Live and your device, then yes, you're going to need to go download a copy of Ledger Live for your platform, drop it into your downloads folder, all right? And once you've got that downloaded, you can just double click it and run the install as normal. Let it install in the default location and you're done, quick and easy. You can just go ahead and leave this ticked, and when you finish, it'll automatically launch Ledger Live. Now that we have Ledger Live installed and ready to go, we need to connect our device to our computer. So I'm going to get that started, and then we'll get going with this restore. Now, Ledger Live can walk us through the process. So if you'd like, you can run Ledger Live while you're doing the restore. All the steps that I'm going to show you can be done directly on the device when we enter our backup phrase. But it is nice to have Ledger Live kind of taking you along step by step as we're doing. This is the welcome screen for the device. This is what it looks like when you first plug it in. So I'm going to show you, all you have to do is navigate using the right button. Just navigate over. It's going to give you some instructions. When it says press both buttons, it just means a quick click. It doesn't mean press and hold. It just means click both buttons at the same time. Once you've done that, it's going to give you some more instructions. All you have to do is advance through the instructions by using this right button. Just keep advancing, and you'll get to this point. Now, this is where a lot of people make the mistake of setting up the device as new. We don't want to do that. We want to recover. So we need to get it into recovery mode. So all we have to do is advance one more to the next screen, which says restore from phrase, and then click both buttons. Just click both buttons with a short click, at the same time, and then it asks us to set up our PIN. So on the device, all we do is click both buttons. All right, and we get to this screen here. Now your screen might look a little different if you have an older version of the firmware. It doesn't really matter. The process is very similar. It's not a good idea to use your banking PIN or any other PIN that you use in real life because you want this device to be separate and secure from all that. Someone you know might already know your banking PIN. Go ahead and start navigating back and forth until you find the first digit of your PIN. Once you've found that digit, just click both buttons, and that'll be your first digit. Notice how the first digit is already selected there. Now it's asking you to enter the second digit. Just navigate till you've found your second digit, and now you'll see that you've got 2 digits chosen, right? And just keep going until you get to that 4th digit. Notice when you get to the 4th digit that you have the check mark. This just means that if you want to stop here, that's okay. You can choose a 4-digit PIN if you want to. If you want a longer PIN, just simply go over and choose the next digit. But I'm going to go ahead and choose a full 8-digit PIN. All right? And then it's just going to ask us to enter the same PIN again, and then we're off. So all you have to do is re-enter the same PIN again, and you'll be done. All right, once you've entered your PIN twice, you'll get to this screen, and now we're ready to enter the recovery phrase into the device. All right, so we've got our recovery phrase here. As I mentioned before, this is a dummy phrase. It doesn't point to any valid wallet, but it is an example that I'm going to do so that you can see what's happening on my device. So we'll go ahead and click both buttons here. It's going to give us some instructions here. All right, I clicked both buttons, and now we can choose our length. As I mentioned, the length is normally 24 words. As you can see on my card, I've got a 24-word phrase. Now, don't get overwhelmed by this. It looks a little tedious, but you have to remember that the words used in recovery phrases are from a specified list of 2,048 words. So the device knows the words. So as you're starting to enter the letters, it will start to autofill for you. So you're not going to have to spell out every single letter, right? Just get started and you'll notice that the device will start to autofill for you. So my first one is valve. Let's go over to the letter V. All right, when we get to the letter, we'll click both buttons. And the next letter is A. So I'm on top of A already. I'll just click both buttons. And now I need L. So I get to L, click both buttons, and it offers me a complete word. Now this is not my word. So all I need to do here is just advance over through the words until I get to my word. In this case, the word is valve. Once I find my word, I click both buttons. Notice there I only had to enter 3 letters, right? I didn't have to type out the entire word. Now we're on word 2, which is nut, N-U-T. So I'm going to go to the letter N. All right, once we find our letter, we click both buttons. And now we need the next letter, which is U. So I'll just advance over using the right button till I get to the letter U, and then I'll click both buttons. Right? Here again, it's offering me a complete word. This is not my word, so all I have to do is advance using the right button until I find my word. Once I've found my word, I click both buttons, and then it takes me to word number 3. Now, it's very important that you enter these words in order. Notice that your sheet has an order. It has 2 columns, and each word is numbered. Make sure that you're entering your words in order. The order is very important. And now we're just going to repeat this on down the line. Now, I accidentally made a typo. I should have chosen R, but I chose the wrong letter. I chose S by mistake. Notice that it's showing me a list of words. Well, none of these are my word because my word is barrel. But if I keep scrolling over, I can get to clear word, and then I'll click both buttons, and then I can start again. So I'll just start again, word number 4. Always look at the word number here and the word number on your sheet. Notice if I enter the wrong letter, I can use the backspace to go back as well if I want to do that without having to start completely over again. All right, and once you get to that last word, you just click both buttons. You'll see this processing, and then you'll see your device is ready. You can just advance over one using the button and go to the dashboard. All right, and then when you get to the dashboard, you should see the Settings app and then a little plus for installing new apps, and you're done. All right, now that we've finished the most nerve-wracking and tedious part of the recovery process, it's smooth sailing from here on out, right? All right, so the next step is the genuine check. Make sure your device is still connected and you're at the home screen here, which is this empty app screen. We're going to choose Check My Nano. It's going to go through the genuine check, and you'll need to allow Ledger Manager. You'll simply click both buttons, and it tells you you're all good and you're ready to go. It takes you to the welcome screen of Ledger Live. I can go ahead and make this bigger for you. And you're gonna, if you installed Ledger Live clean, you're going to be at a kind of a clean installation with no accounts whatsoever. And you're going to be presented with an empty device. Now, there's no reason to panic here. I get a lot of people, they ask me this question, they go through the entire restore process, they look at this empty screen, and then they say, I just restored my device and all my crypto's gone. Well, it's not gone. The device remembers every wallet you've ever created. All you have to do is start adding accounts. It's going to automatically install the app, the appropriate app for whatever account you're installing. If you had crypto on there before, it's going to show up. So we'll start with Add Account. You choose the crypto that you had on there. Just for this example, I'll choose Bitcoin, and then we'll choose Continue. It's going to scan the device and determine whether or not the Bitcoin app is installed. If it's not installed, it's going to go ahead and install it for you. So don't panic when you see that empty screen there. Ledger Live is smart enough to reinstall the apps for you. All right, now it's asking me to go ahead and open the Bitcoin app because I'm trying to add a Bitcoin account. I'll click both buttons. It's going to continue to scan my device now, specifically for Bitcoin wallets. If I've added wallets before using this device, it's going to find them. Now, as I mentioned, if you did not need to reinstall Ledger Live, the process is going to be slightly different. So hang on, I'm going to show you that scenario here in a couple of minutes. You can also skip ahead to that chapter in the video if you want to. Got chapter codes down in the description, and if you hover over the bottom of the video, you'll see the different chapters. Now, during this process, you should see on your screen Bitcoin is ready. You don't need to do anything else. I know a lot of people start playing around with the buttons and moving it around, looking at the version or the about screen or the quit screen. You don't need to go anywhere. You just need to leave it right there where it says Bitcoin is ready. It doesn't really matter where it is in the app, right? The important thing is that Ledger Live is scanning. As long as you have the Bitcoin app open, it's scanning for any existing wallets. Now, your screen may not show as many wallets. I've created a lot of wallets. I've had this one for quite a while, and most of them are empty. Few of them have some dust in there. The important thing is that when you do that recovery process and you enter your phrase onto a brand new device or a reset device, it's going to remember every single wallet you've ever created using the device, and you'll be able to recover them. Right? In my case, I'm just going to deselect all of these mostly empty wallets and just tick off this one wallet that has a little Bitcoin in it. We'll click Add Account, and I'm done. I've regained access to my Bitcoin account. And I can do the same for every other crypto that I've owned on here. So if I go back to accounts and click Add Account and choose a different crypto, for example, Ethereum, click Continue. Right? It'll bomb out of the Bitcoin app. It'll check to see whether I have the Ethereum app on there. If I don't, it's going to install it for me automatically. All right, and there it goes. All right, and after it's installed the app, it'll ask us to go ahead and open it. So we'll click both buttons to open it. It's going to scan for any existing Ethereum wallets that I created on this device. And as you can see, I have a couple of Ethereum wallets that I created on this device that are showing up here, and a couple of empty ones, right? So just tick off the ones that I want in Ledger Live. Click Add Account. I've recovered my Ethereum accounts. It will just go down the line, click Add Account for every crypto that you had stored on there before. So if you had some Cardano on there, you choose Cardano. If you had Litecoin on there, you just choose Litecoin. Just down the line. You can even search for a particular crypto like Cosmos. Right, I had a little atom on there, so I can click that. Choose Continue. It's going to scan my device for any existing wallets. If I don't have the app installed for the crypto that I'm looking for, it'll install it for me automatically. All right, and once it's installed, it'll ask me to go ahead and open the app. All right, it'll find the account. And then just choose Add Account, and you're done. Just go down the line one by one until all of your cryptos are back in Ledger Live. Now, I had mentioned earlier that you may have Ledger Live installed on your computer and set up. There's no reason that you have to do anything to Ledger Live. Once you've got your device restored, you're good to go. But you'll be presented with this empty home screen. The apps won't be on there, but that's a really easy issue to fix. It's not even an issue, really. All you have to do is go to each of your accounts, click on the account, and do a receive, right? When you do a receive, you're going to do a hardware verification. So all we have to do is click Continue here, let it check the device. If the app for the account that you're checking is not installed on the device, Ledger Live will install it for you automatically. So all of that crypto that you thought was missing after the restore, it's there, right? All you have to do is let Ledger Live help you reinstall the apps for you. And it's really easy because if you have your Ledger Live installed and all of your accounts are still there, all you have to do is go down one by one for each account. I'll go ahead and open the Polygon app here, and it's going to present me with the receiving address of the account. And all I have to do is advance over one and see that that address matches, right? This is a verification that the device that I just restored is a match for this account, right? And it should be if you're only using one device and one copy of Ledger Live and your device gets lost or stolen or reset. All you have to do is the restore and then verify each account in Ledger Live, right? We'll go ahead and click Approve, and we're done, right? Then just go down to the next account, do the same thing. Click on the account, do a quick receive, continue here, let it install the app for you. All right, go ahead and open the app by clicking both buttons. And once again, it's going to show you the receiving address of the wallet. Just advance over, double check to make sure they match, and then just click Approve by clicking both buttons. All right, just go down the line for each account that you have. Yeah. Go here to Solana, do the same thing. Just do a receive, continue. It'll exit you from the app that you're currently in. Check to see if you have the proper app for this account. If you don't have it installed on the device, it'll install it for you automatically. And then it'll run the hardware check to make sure that you've got the device matched with the account, and you're good to go. Just do that with every account that you have in Ledger Live, and all of the apps that were on there on the device before will be automatically reinstalled each time you do this. So a little bit tedious, but we're talking about crypto. We're talking about real value here, so it's worth your time and effort to go through these steps to make sure that everything is back the way it was before. Now you can also go over to the My Ledger section, and if you know the apps that you had on there before, you can just install them all at the same time, right? So for each app that you have, just click install, right? And then just scroll down, find the apps that you had on there before, and choose install. And it'll queue them all up and install them for you automatically. If you know you have some accounts on there for these apps, you can simply reinstall them in one batch. You just keep an eye on your device and you'll watch them all get reinstalled. And when you need access to those accounts, you'll have the app installed already. So once you've finished getting all of your accounts back the way they were, or if you already had Ledger Live set up and you've gone through and done the hardware verification for each of the accounts, you're back in business, right? So each account is a separate wallet. You can click on each account, look at your current balance. You can scroll down and look at your NFTs and any tokens that you may have. And then if you scroll down a little further, you've got your transaction history. So it's the same for each account. Just click on accounts, scroll down to the crypto, click on the crypto. You can see your current balance, scroll down to see your transaction history, and everything's back the way you had it before. And you have full access to all of your crypto. Now, before we sign off, I would like to reiterate once again the importance of this recovery phrase. You'll notice how easy it was for me to restore access to my wallets. All I needed was this recovery phrase. And it should be clear to you that if anyone were to gain access to this card, they could do the exact same thing. So if you leave this laying around on your coffee table and someone comes around and sees it, they could take a quick picture of it with their phone, go home, and do the same thing we just did, right? And then they'll have a copy of Ledger Live, and they'll have complete access to all of your crypto. That's why it's very important to keep this hidden away, safe and secure. Don't let anyone else see it. You don't want anyone to get access to these words. So there are lots of ways to trick you. You can download a piece of software that looks like Ledger Live, and it'll ask you to enter the words. Or you may have gotten frustrated and started searching on Reddit or Facebook or WhatsApp or Telegram or something like that, saying, "Please help me, I lost my crypto." And any of those friendly people out there will be more than happy to help you by asking you to give them those 24 words. Don't ever type your 24 words into Telegram, WhatsApp, Reddit, or any kind of DM like Twitter or Facebook. Please don't give anyone those words. They will just simply take those words and restore their own device and steal your crypto. So you've seen how important these words are. You can regain access to your crypto as long as you have these words. But if you give them to somebody else, they will restore their wallets with your words and transfer all your crypto into their wallets, right? So it's very important for you to keep your words safe and secure. Another thing about your words, you want them to be readily accessible, right? You can write them down on this card if you want to, or a piece of paper if you want to, but there are other more robust ways of writing down your words. There are metal solutions that you can buy that will allow you to store your words in a metallic format, right? Some of them have little tiles that you'll arrange in the metal medium. There are lots of different solutions for storing your recovery phrase in a more robust format like metal or etching it into something metal. These are all very good ways of storing your recovery phrase that would prevent you from water damage, fire damage, or fading damage, because paper will fade over the years. I've done several videos on using these alternate medias. I'll put links to those down in the description and up there in the corner if you want to check those out. Also, keep in mind that you might want to store multiple copies of your recovery phrase. Maybe one you leave at your house, another one you put in a safe deposit box down at the bank, or leave at someone's house that you can trust, like your mom or your brother or somebody like that, right? You'll want to have multiple copies, and you'll want to have offline copies in case something happens like a fire or flood at your house. You don't want to have your crypto get wiped out in a flood or a fire. So keep multiple copies at different locations, and keep your words safe and secure so no one can see them. All right, so I showed you how to enter your 24 words directly into your device in order to restore your hardware wallet. Showed you how to get Ledger Live reinstalled if necessary, and I also showed you how to just connect your device to Ledger Live and verify each of your accounts. If you have any questions about anything I did, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. I also invite you to like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed my content. And also, if you've got your own stories about recovery, tips or tricks that would be helpful to any of the viewers here, I would appreciate if you would add those to the comments as well. Also, stay tuned to my channel for more informative videos. I'm always cranking them out, showing you how to keep your wallet safe and secure and keep your crypto safe and secure. So please join me again. I would appreciate it.